What if I told you there was a soldier who didn't know World War II had ended? Would you believe it? How could someone fight a war that was already over? Could you imagine hiding in a jungle for decades, always watching, always waiting for a battle that never comes? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it happened. This is the strange, emotional, and almost impossible story of a man named Hiro Onoda, a soldier who kept fighting World War II until 1974. Let's start at the beginning. It was 1944. The world was on fire. Japan was losing ground in the Pacific. Onoda was just 22 years old when he was sent to Lubang Island in the Philippines. His orders? Simple but strict. Do not surrender. Do not die. Keep fighting. If Japan lost, go into the mountains. Survive. Wait. Help the empire return. So that's what he did. Then in 1945, the war ended. The bombs dropped. The treaties were signed. The world tried to move on. But not Onoda. He was deep in the jungle, with a few other soldiers. Cut off. Alone. He didn't believe the war was over. Flyers were dropped. Radio messages sent. Even family letters delivered by plane. But he thought it was all a trick. A trap by the enemy. Would you believe the enemy if they told you your war was over? Would you lay down your rifle? He didn't. Years passed. His companions died one by one. Some surrendered. Some were killed. Some disappeared. But Onoda stayed. He hunted in the jungle. Hid from locals. Believed every sound was a gunshot. Even as the 1950s arrived, and then the 60s, he remained. How could someone survive so long? Why would someone keep going? Because of orders? Because of loyalty? Or because he couldn't face the idea that everything he believed in was gone? In 1974, a man named Norio Suzuki went looking for him. A traveler, an adventurer. He said, "I'm going to look for Onoda, a panda, and the abominable snowman, in that order." And he found him, in the jungle, still wearing his uniform, still ready to fight. Suzuki told him the war had ended. Onoda refused to believe it. "I will not surrender," he said, "unless my commanding officer gives me the order." So what happened next? Suzuki went back to Japan, found Onoda's former commander, who was now a bookseller, and brought him to the jungle. There, face to face 29 years after the war ended, Onoda was finally relieved of duty. He stepped out of the jungle and surrendered. What was that moment like? Walking out into a world that had changed completely. A world with TVs, airplanes, skyscrapers, peace. He had missed everything. Nearly 3 decades. What? Because of one order. Because of one belief. What does this story tell us? That loyalty can be powerful, but also blinding. That truth can be hard to believe, especially when it destroys everything you thought was real. That sometimes it's easier to stay in the jungle than to face the world outside. When Onoda returned to Japan, he was welcomed as a hero by some, criticized by others. He had killed locals, stolen food, lived like a ghost. Was he a hero or a tragic figure? Could he be both? Eventually he moved to Brazil, lived a quiet life, taught survival skills to kids. He died in 2014, at age 91, but his story still echoes. Are we still holding on to battles that ended long ago? What jungles do we live in because we can't accept that the war is over? And when someone finally comes to tell us the truth, will we listen? If your mind just got blown, imagine what's coming next. We dive deep into the strange, the hidden, and those "how did I never notice that" moments. If you love questioning reality as much as I do, smash that subscribe button and join the Curiosity Club. Because the next twist? Trust me, you won't want to miss it.